Oh, hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today it's about time I do a little review of the Nokia N93. I was shooting a video with it right now and I forgot to take the cap off the camera lens. I said that I was filming gold. I filmed garbage. So in this video we're gonna go in depth in this pretty cool phone. Before you say that the color is weird, you're weird. Just kidding, don't take it personal. It is weird because I refurbished this phone using two colored body shells. Well, mostly gray, and the buttons are for the black version. The other one is for the gray one. Either way, it is what it is. I have another one refurbished as well. Half black, half gray. In my opinion, it's pretty interesting as it is. So let's start the review. Look at this snake. And here is this beautiful phone. Put it like this so you can see everything. A bit of dust on the screen since it stayed in my showcase for a long time. So this is how the phone looks. On this side we have the loudspeaker, the small screen, the details about the lens, car's eyes, Vario Tessar, 3x optical zoom and a 3.2 megapixel. On this side we have the charging port, the data port, the door for the mini SD card, which is already inserted apparently, forgot about this. The LED flash for the camera, and underneath this little lens cap we have the camera itself, which has optical zoom and video stabilization. I'm gonna let this off for now. Zeiss. On the top we have the power button. On the right side we have the hinge basically for the display, the zoom in and out slide button, the photo or record button. Fine, press it once, it stabilizes the image. If you press it harder, basically on the second button, it will take a picture or start the video. Here you have the selector D-pad for the menu, for the camera, and for the small display. When you press the power button, if the phone is on, if you press the power button, it will say here turn off, restart, sleep mode, and you select those with this. This other button here is to select what the camera does, videos or photos. This is the flash button. If you press this flash button while the phone is closed like this but turned on, the flash will start for 2 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds there. Also, if you press on the camera button while the phone is closed like this, it will show the date and time. On the back side we have the battery door. Nice finishing touch chromes. And these are like little stands, 4 little stands when you put it like this. You can also open the display like this, it has a secondary hinge. If you want to see your photos or videos like this, you just let it here. And underneath it, here on the top of the flip, basically, it's the infrared port. And here is where you can put a strap to it, or hold it to the neck or the hand. You can put a wrist wrap. To open up the battery door, you just push this little chrome button down and pull it outside, and the door just comes off from the clamps. Here you have the SIM card slot, which I'm going to put right here. Close it and click it and play, secure it. Here you have all the phone details, Nokia Corporation, the email, The type is RM55. This is the N93 one. And here you have some positive and negative pin when you want to jump start it, I guess. This phone uses the Nokia BP6M battery. It's a 3.7 volts. And this one has 1100 milliamps. So let's put it into place. To close the battery door, just push it in like this and slowly close it. And press on the clamps. That's it. Now let's open it up before we start it up. It opens in this position or like this. It has two positions. Here we have all the phone's buttons. This is more of a rubber pad for it to close on. This one as well. Here we have the front facing camera. The light sensor, which turns off and on the backlight of the buttons. And the selection buttons for when you use the camera or gallery. Your normal menu button, quick selection button, cancel or delete, stuff like that. So let's start it on by long pressing the power button. And while I'm pressing that, look at the small display. Don't know if you can see it, but the display lighted up. There is the Nokia logo. I believe it's gonna ask me to open the clamp. Yep, let's open the fold. I had the phone started without the SIM card, so no online. Let's set the time and date, which today is, well, this is kind of late. And it's 16/12/2022. This is the time when I'm making this video. This is your basically Symbian S60 3rd edition, which I like, by the way. The menu is your typical menu. It also has TV out, this thing. When you have it in the box, it comes with a cable that goes into the data port, and from it comes the red, the yellow, and the white connectors for the TV. And you have basically screen mirroring, or showing what you have inside. This one also has Bluetooth. If I enter the camera now with the fold open, it will use the front-facing camera, like so. Hello. And if I close it, nice animation. If I press the camera button now, see, it only says the time and the battery and signal strength. Press it like this, we see the date and the day. Also, if I'm pressing the flash button now, starts the flash for 2 seconds. If I open the phone like this, the screen will flip in this position for, well, you can see there now, maybe I can put it like this. Flip this way so you can see the screen. And basically Bluetooth and gallery are these buttons, which usually would be these buttons. To start the camera, put it in this position at a 90-degree angle and rotate the screen. The camera should start now. The camera is on. I don't know if you can see that on my camera now. Here you have the optical zoom. It also makes a specific sound. Listen to that. The green bar is the optical zoom. The yellow one is the extended digital zoom. Like, for instance, let's do the autofocus. Can it focus? Would you know it? Now let's zoom out to the optical. And we can use this selection here. I'm going to delete this picture. And here you have the yes or no. I don't know if you can see that now when I'm recording. Now I'm going to zoom out. Now let me show you on this side, the camera. Let's do a zoom in. See how the lens are moving? Now let's do some autofocus. I don't know if you can see that. So zoom out. It's pretty cool. You can also rotate it like this and film it in this position. But when you rotate it back, the normal screen comes on. Now, as for specifications, this phone was launched in 2006. Yes, it's from 2006. A phone with optical zoom and a pretty advanced hinge mechanism with a lots of cable. By the way, if you want to see the refurbished video of this phone, you can find it in the comment section. This is a 2.4-inch display, 256K colors. It's a 240 by 320 pixels. It's a 4:3 ratio. Back in that time, I didn't even know how these phones had processors. This one has a 332 megahertz, a dual ARM11, and a 3D graphics accelerator. Can you believe that? 2006, baby. It has 50 megabytes internal storage and 64 megabytes RAM memory. When you buy it in the box, it comes included with a 128 megabytes card. The video quality is 480p at 30 fps, which by the time it was pretty good. After all, it's a basically video camera phone, something like that. It also has Wi-Fi. As you can see, it says here VLAN scanning off because the Wi-Fi is turned off. And also it has 3G, as you can see here. This clock can be changed from analog to digital. It also has stereo FM radio, the Bluetooth is a 2.01, USB is the 2.0, also MP3 player, WMV, 3GP, video editor. Look at all these settings. I don't even know what memory card I have in yet. 2 gigabytes one, good. Speed dial, voice commands. Basically speed dial, when you configure the buttons from 1 to 9 for a quick dial, basically. Let's say I set one of my contacts, the number 1. I basically long press 1 and it will automatically dial that person without me having to look in the contacts. Also like this quick launch. This is also configurable. See, it's configured down here. You can change left, right and up and the middle what it can do. I mean, when you look at it, it looks pretty big, like my whole palm, actually bigger than my whole palm. But when you close it, it's not that big. You can also put it in your pocket and not feel it that badly. Right, so enough theoretical talking. Let's get to test this in the real world. I also forgot to mention you can download apps for it and install them. Games, programs, whatever you like. Speaking of games, my own. Oh, Real Player, Flash Player back in the day. Oh my god, Flash Player, I missed that boy. The 3D snakes. Snakes Outbreak, I believe it's called. When you play games, you can either use the arrows keys or the 2684, which is basically the arrows. And in this game, apparently, it only looks left and right. Well, when you normally use the phone, these buttons are not working because they don't have to. The buttons are not lighted up now, but if I close this sensor, they should light up. There we go, they're light up. I don't know if you can see this now. Anywho, that's enough testing it here. Let's go outside in the real world and try to use it as my main phone. Let's see what we'll get. So see you outside. So I was curious to see how I would look like talking to it, and I had a little conversation. The phone sounds pretty good like any other phones, but I'm mostly interested to see how the camera works. For instance, let's check the statue, doing a little zoom there. And also let's take a picture of the little bird on the top of the statue. And here it is. I say it's pretty good. Now let's do multiple photos. This one with no zoom. This is how the picture looks. Now let's do optical zoom only, basically the 3 times optical zoom, and the photo. This is how it looks. Still pretty good 3.2 megapixel quality. And now let's use the extended digital zoom. That's a wooden statue over there. Let's see how it will show it. This one it's a bit ugly, but yeah, that's 2006 technology. But even today's phones have ugly pixelated digital zoom, so yeah. Now let's do a video, starting now. Doing a little zoom on that building over there. Oh, look at those pixels! That should be enough. Now let's see the video quality. Now. You can also listen to the audio of the video. Ooh, I saw those pixels even on the phone, but now still it's pretty decent for not even a VGA resolution. Now let's take a look at what we got here. I'm using the phone like this to see everything in landscape, like the gallery. You can use it like this to see what you have in the gallery, like this video that I already made. Or the pictures. Do a little zoom on it. These photos are not even 1 megabyte. Now let's listen to some music, which I cannot turn the volume on to, because, you know, copyright. You can see on the small display the name of the melody, and you can use the side button to increase or decrease the volume, or go to the next or previous track. And in the middle button of the D-pad you can pause it. And to put the cap back on for now, because I want to look cool while putting it in my pocket, and I don't want to scratch the lens. Now, on to the next video with the phone. Now let's do a video while walking to see its video stabilization. Now let's see the raw footage. It's looking pretty decent for a 2006 camera phone. Well, when it comes to the zoom, it's a 2006 camera phone. But even today's phones have a pretty bad zoom if it's digital, like 50 times zoom where you don't understand anything. Like here now, I'm zooming on that passing car and all you can see is pixels from a 2D game. We're living in a simulation. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this review useful. See you next time. All the best, guys. Bye.